Predators don't choose their victims on what people do or don't do. They choose based on who they think won't fight back, who won't be believed, who cannot be silenced. Americans are just victims and predators? That's what you're telling me? We have to show them, those who are predators, that they are wrong. Every survivor knows what they must do. We have been conquered because we have been divided and then conquered by a unit or a galvanized people who, for their own good, have set into motion trickery, bamboozlement, and so forth. And they did this by divide and conquer, telling us how different we are from one another just because of the color of our skin or where we located, our geographical location, telling us about the things that would make us appear to be weaker than them. See, the MO has not changed. And most people get mad, and you'll get mad at me about talking about race, economics, okay, and fear. But if you look at America, you know I'm telling the truth. The thing that they don't want you to bring up is race, because if you ever, and that goes for all of us, you ever come to the understanding that what is feared by most predators is the unity that they have done to get the things that they have gotten. So Europe got together and said they're going to take over the world, and guess what happened? Where are Europeans right now? Now, I don't have any hate toward anybody, but I do not and I cannot stand by and watch certain things happen and not say anything about it. See, keep the average man or woman fighting against the other average men and women while the rich people sit back there and laugh. And this is because they got a hold to your brain. Now, why do we always focus on the differences? Because if man had any sense, he would understand that there are more similarities than there are differences. Now, I know that this is a big ask because the sheep are so used to following the sheep herder, the one who takes their wool and even takes their lives, but yet they continue to follow. Now, I will tell you that your body, your safety, your family, your pride, your country is worth defending. But just like that is worth defending, you are, as citizens, just as much worth as your country is worth, and you need to stand up and tell somebody that you have not been treated the way that you should be treated. We talk about this great nation, and most people put that in front of their own welfare. But let me speak to you about something that you rarely take into consideration. You're so busy worrying about putting the flag in front of you that you have taken and put your family and yourself behind something that does not support you. It might support the rich, but you don't look rich. Now, do you know when you remain silent, you just stand by and watch while others died for rights and things that's being taken away from us right now is a hard pill to swallow, especially when I can see that our courage is so shallow. To some people, especially a predator, silence means approval, yours. So they just take you as a victim. Predators and victims, rich and poor, strong and weak, government and citizens. Now, unity is the one thing that the rich, the governments, and everybody fears who is in power in America and all of these countries. Because even though America has more Europeans in it than they do, especially black people, but when you put together, you would call these different things, we talk about races, there's only one race, the human race, but we try to segregate, just like a lot of people have tried to assimilate. And where has that got you? Well, it's okay for the Asian. It might even be okay for the Latin Americans, which all to me are Africans, even the European. But for us, assimilating is not going to work. We've been stripped of everything, brought over to us somewhere, and even if we weren't brought over here, we walked out of Africa so long ago, we don't know who we are anymore. But let me get back to unity, because most people think that they're alone when they make these decisions, that these people catch you in the back room and they tell you about what they will take away from you, your job, your Mercedes, your money in your bank. You think you're alone, but you're not alone. But we need leadership, courage. People want to make a difference. Stop being the victim. No longer can you afford to be a victim. No longer the slave. No longer used and abused. You don't have to be a hero. You're a survivor. But you're a survivor who's going to refuse to be silent. Let me tell you something. A lot of you think you're just another nobody. And even if you try to be quiet enough, careful enough, trying to disappear in the throngs of people, you think that you could avoid trouble. But that's just wrong. They say, what you going to do when they come for you? See, they're coming for you anyway because they want it all. They didn't get it. They didn't get everything the first time. So now we have to reconquer. Okay? And I tell you, my American supposed to be brothers and sisters, we sit down here and we are so silent that they're taking everything away from people, especially of color, and giving it right back to the people who already have too much. I'm told that the big beautiful bill, that's not beautiful for us, but it's beautiful for the rich people and the privileged. But for us, it's going to take away more Medicaid, more SNAP benefits, or food benefits that for some people that don't know anything about voting or about going to their congressman or House of Representative or anybody that can help them. Just sit back and let these things happen. You lost most of the things that you acquired during supposedly the civil rights movement. And what in the world can you gain from civil rights when you don't have human rights? Now, as I will say again, we are being targeted by predators, and they look at us as victims. They're not worried about trying to help us, and the only defense that we have is unity. But we can't seem to unite because they've put things in our mind, especially us that look like me, to fight each other instead of them. Now, I will tell you, you're not alone. But sometimes you have to do what's right no matter if you are.